Welcome to Birds of a Feather. My name is Nathan Stroud. This is your daily Baltimore sports podcast, and we are coming fresh off the Orioles loss. Literally, like 5 minutes ago, the Orioles game ended, and we're here to talk about it. We're here to discuss it, and we're here to break it down. It was a very disappointing loss, and we got some Ravens updates as well from John Harbaugh, and let's get right into it. Going over the Orioles loss, they lose 3-0 to the Boston Red Sox. 100% the most disappointing game of the year so far. It was a best pitcher on best pitcher matchup today because the rotations did reset. And Zach Eflin versus Garrett Crochet. Garrett Crochet gets the win. We'll go over the offense first. There's not really much to go over, and there's not really any positives, really at all coming out of this game. There are some pitching wise, but on the offense there are zero positives. The Orioles get 4 runs on the day, 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position, 4 left on base, 4 hits total, and 0 runs scored. Starting from the top, Jordan Westburg leading off. Goes 1 for 4. Adley Rutschman 0 for 3. Tyler O'Neill 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Ryan Mountcastle 1 for 4. Ramon Laureano 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Gary Sanchez 0 for 3. Ramon Urias 1 for 2. Jorge Mateo 0 for 3. Cedric Mullins 0 for 3. It was a very rough day for the Orioles. So far, Gary Sanchez and Jorge Mateo have not gotten hits yet this year for the Orioles. So that's not very ideal. Obviously, Jorge Mateo will be moving once Gunnar Henderson comes back, which, you look at games like today, and it's games like today where you really wish that Gunnar Henderson was in this lineup. And also, Colton Cowser's in this lineup as well. You're missing 2 very important bats. And obviously, the Gunnar one is going to happen a lot more sooner. Gunnar Henderson should be coming back sometime this week, which is going to be a big relief and a big return for the Orioles. But again, Colton Cowser will be out for, they said, about 6 to 8 weeks, so it's still going to be a while before Colton comes back. But, when you're missing 2 key bats in your lineup, especially when you're facing one of the best pitchers in baseball and an ace in Garrett Crochet, you should expect your offense to have a hard time, and they did today as they lost 3-0 and scored no runs and got shut out for the first time this year. This game gave off a lot of second half 2024 Orioles vibes. And also, this team has had 0 consistency so far this season. This was the 6th game of the year. Still a lot of baseball left to play. But you win the first game by a bunch, your offense goes crazy. You lose the second game, your offense doesn't do well, neither does the pitching. You win the third game by a lot, your offense does well. You lose the fourth game because your offense doesn't do anything. You win last game where the pitching wasn't great, but the offense was great as well. Last game, the Orioles won 8-5. The pitching wasn't amazing, but the offense did enough to win and put up 8 runs. And then today, you get shut out. And you lose 3-0. So it has literally been, in the first 6 games of the year, the Orioles sit at a 3-3 record, and they have literally been up, down, up, down, up, down. So you've won. You haven't gone on a winning streak, and you also haven't gone on a losing streak. It has been up and down all year, literally to the exact term up and down. And again, this is a division matchup. Same with the Blue Jays matchup. So these games are important, and like I said in the last episode, the goal for the Orioles right now is just to stay afloat because, again, you're missing 2 important bats, and one of those bats just so happens to be your best player on your team and your leader, and then the other bat just so happens to be the guy who should have won Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. So you're missing 2 very important players in your lineup hitting wise, and then you're also missing two very important pitchers in your rotation. And one of them is going to come back, and both of the pitchers, to be honest, aren't going to be back for a while. I don't expect Grayson Rodriguez to be back anytime soon. I think Grayson's going to come back sooner than Kyle. I think Kyle Bradish is going to come back sometime, hopefully in the second half of the year. But Grayson, hopefully, will be back soon. I don't really expect it. I mean, maybe we'll see. He literally said that he's going to have to restart his whole spring training, so we'll see how that goes. But I mean, yeah, not much to talk about on the Orioles today. They lose 0-3. Gunnar Henderson did hit a home run in AAA yesterday, and then he made it an amazing play today from what I saw. So, I mean, yeah, the Orioles didn't do much of anything. They were obviously playing one of the best pitchers in baseball. You're playing an ace, and you're not only playing an ace, you're playing Garrett Crochet literally fresh off of an extension. He just got a huge 6-year, $170 million extension yesterday. So, I mean, you're playing a pitcher fresh off of an extension, and, he was hyped up. You're also playing Christian Campbell's fresh off of an 8-year extension. So, the Red Sox have a lot of guys that they want for the future, and this Red Sox team is good. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that, we should have won this game. No, I mean, this Red Sox team, as it stands right now with the Orioles injuries and where they stand right now, this Red Sox team is better than the Orioles. I mean, Jarren Duran for them went 0 for 5. Rafael Devers finally got his first hit of the year, and he actually got 2 of them. Trevor Story had 3 hits. Kristen Campbell had 2 hits. But, I mean, the main star of the show today was obviously Garrett Crochet. He pitched 8 innings, gave up 4 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, had 8 strikeouts. Got through 8 innings, and when you have a lineup like this, which obviously this Orioles lineup isn't necessarily bad. I mean, one great thing about this Orioles team is that they have depth, but depth only goes so far. And you look at guys like Jorge Mateo, who have literally done nothing so far this year, which is unfortunate because it was really cool to see Jorge Mateo make the opening day roster with the injury that he was dealing with over the offseason. But he hasn't done anything. Gary Sanchez, in the games that he has played, hasn't done anything. Again, Adley didn't do anything today. Tyler O'Neill's had a great start for the Orioles in the first 4 games that he played. But today he didn't do anything. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. So, just a bad day for the Orioles. Literally one of those games that you just don't think about it. You throw it away. You go play the game tomorrow. You play tomorrow at noon. So the Orioles game tomorrow is at noon. It's the final game of this series. Actually, final game of this series is tomorrow, and then they play again at the end of May. So, yeah, I mean, they play at noon tomorrow. One of the games where you just throw away, move on. The Orioles tomorrow will have, I'm pretty sure they got Morton out there tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be Morton versus Tanner Houck. Both pitchers did struggle a bit on their first start. Both pitchers are 0-2. And yeah, I'm looking for a big bounce back game for Charlie Morton. Hopefully he can go out there tomorrow. The main thing that I want to see from Charlie is just eating innings. I mean, Zach Eflin today, and we didn't even talk about the Orioles pitching. Hold on. Zach Eflin today, not horrible, not bad at all. Not the worst start in the world, not spectacular, but not horrible. The bullpen did its job. It got a little bit shaky with Cionel Perez, but the bullpen went out there, did their job. Zach Eflin gets the loss of the game because, he did give up all the runs in this game, even though it was only 3. Zach Eflin goes 6 innings, which is nice to see. Gives up 8 runs, which is quite a bit. 8 hits, and then 3 runs. With 5 strikeouts, gives up a home run to Trevor Story. That was the first run scored. His ERA sits at a 3.75 to start the year. But, I mean, Zach Eflin, not the worst game in the world. This game does not go on Zach Eflin. This is like one of those Corbin Burns moments last year when Corbin Burns would start and we wouldn't give Corbin any run support. Obviously, we gave Zach Eflin run support in the first game. But this game was literally the exact opposite because we scored 0 runs. But Zach Eflin, not a horrible game. Not the best game ever. He did give up 8 hits, which was quite a lot, but only 3 runs, not bad. 5 strikeouts, not horrible. Did go 6 innings, which was nice to see. If you go to the bullpen, Brian Baker, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Brian Baker has been doing his thing to start the year, so that is a promising sign out of the bullpen. Gregory Soto, 1 inning, 2 hits, gets 3 strikeouts in the inning. Good to see from Gregory. And then Cionel Perez ended up giving up 0 runs and 0 hits, but he did walk 3 in the inning that he pitched, but didn't end up giving up any runs, so it wasn't the worst thing in the world. But the bullpen came in, did their job, kept this game in check, kept this game winnable for the Orioles. But obviously, this game is just completely on the offense. It would be something else if this game was like 7 or 8-0, because then you look at both sides and say, well, neither side performed well. But the pitching was completely fine today. The pitching doesn't get any of the blame. This game just completely goes on the offense. 0 runs scored, 4 total hits. They're facing a great pitcher, obviously, but it's still a little inexcusable. You gotta be able to put up runs in baseball. You're not gonna win games scoring 0 runs. It's not possible, and it's also just not ideal. So very disappointing from the Orioles, but hopefully tomorrow they will come back with a vengeance. And we'll see what happens with Gunnar Henderson. I think he might be eligible to play tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's either tomorrow or Friday he will be eligible. So if we can get Gunnar back tomorrow, it would be great to see him come back tomorrow and win in his game back. But I don't think we'll see him tomorrow. I think we'll see him this Friday or sometime this weekend. Let's see. We'll see tomorrow what the Orioles can do. 2 pitchers who struggled in their first start of the year. Looking for a big bounce back game from Charlie Morton. I would like to see him go. I'd like to see Charlie get through 6 innings. If Charlie can get through 6 innings, I'll be very happy. Because again, when you're at the bottom of your rotation, you really just want to see your pitchers fight. And Zach Eflin did his thing today. Obviously, he is the number 1 pitcher on our roster right now in terms of starting pitching. But yeah, Charlie Morton playing tomorrow. Charlie Morton gets the ball. It's going to be very interesting. Excited to see how he bounces back. Hopefully, it's not a repeat of what happened last time, but we will see. And going over to the Ravens, we've got some Ravens news. This happened yesterday. I didn't do an episode yesterday. Just some stuff was going on. I wasn't able to film yesterday. But yesterday was the opening day meetings. Or not yesterday. 2 days ago was the opening day meetings. I wasn't able to get to this in that episode because it was Mock Draft Monday. But on Monday, there was a bunch of stuff going on with the Ravens and John Harbaugh, because it was the opening meetings. It was the meetings where all the coaches get together, answer stuff from the media, talk about the offseason, talk about the draft, and all that stuff like that. But going over what John Harbaugh said a bunch of stuff, talked about the extension, how he's very blessed to be in this organization. But, going through some of the stuff that he said, he said, we can line up and play right now. We have a really good roster right now, and I'm looking forward to the draft. We still have options in free agency. So that's interesting because, again, the Ravens are playing with house money this draft because they have 11 picks. And, again, they don't necessarily need anybody in particular. Obviously, another safety would be nice because they always run a 3-safety set. And then, obviously, helping with the corner depth would be nice. Even with getting Awuzie, it would still be nice to have another young corner. Because, again, Awuzie is a little on the older side, and Marlon Humphrey is getting up there in age as well. So, you did just get Nate Wiggins. And there's a part of me that thinks that the Ravens aren't going to go back-to-back years with corner, especially with the Awuzie signing. I just don't think they'll do it. I think we'll get corners sometime in this draft, maybe with our 2nd or 3rd round pick. But with our 1st round pick, I really don't see us corner. I really don't see us going corner unless someone like a Will Johnson, or a Will Johnson or a Jahdae Barron fall all the way down to 27, which I just don't see the possibility at all of that happening. I think the Ravens are going to focus on getting best player available in their minds, because that's the position that they're in. They don't really need to hunt for anybody in specific, any position in specific. Obviously, getting another safety would be nice. Getting an edge would be nice. Getting anything in the trenches, D-line, possibly a interior O-line, maybe getting a guard, getting a D-tackle, an edge, or a safety. Those are the positions that I'm saying that the Ravens don't necessarily aren't in dire need of, but it would be cool. I think those are the positions that they're looking at Specifically, I think that they're looking at. I don't think they're looking O-line at all. With getting Ronnie Stanley back, I don't think that they're looking O-line. I think the only O-lineman I can see them taking is maybe Tyler Booker if he falls down to the Ravens pick. But we'll see how that goes. I think they're looking at edge. I think they're looking at safety. And I think they're looking at D-line, which I would be happy with any of those guys. I think they're just going to go best player available in their mind, though, of those positions where by the time they get to 27, a lot of those positions are going to be available. But another thing that he said was interesting in that same statement was about how they still have options in free agency, and whether that's making a trade, which I think would be really cool, which I think that the Ravens should invest in making a trade or thinking about making a trade, because if you look at the Ravens and you look at the roster, again, they're not in dire need of any position. I mean, they could obviously take upgrades at positions, but they have 11 draft picks in the draft this year, and they're not going to use. They don't have to use all 11 picks, whether that's trading up in the first round because they see somebody, like they see an elite talent fall and they have the ability to trade up. I could see them doing that, which I would like them to do, or trading some of their picks and getting a veteran solidified stud that's in the league somewhere. I don't really know what that would be. One player that I really wanted to see the Ravens get was Jair Alexander, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I mean, maybe we'll see, but I don't see it happening anymore with the Awuzie signing. But with the Ravens, I would really like them to trade up in the first round and try. And if someone starts falling that they really like, just go and get the guy. I mean, you have the draft picks to do it. You're not going to need all 11 picks. I mean, you might as well go out there and get the guy if you really trust him, if you really believe in him. Because there's going to be great talent that falls in this draft. There is going to be elite first-round level talent that will be picked sometime in day 2. And that's just how it goes. That happens. He also said that he is happy with the state of the O-line, but there's room to add a few more pieces up front. I think he's talking about guard, because our tackles are completely fine as it stands right now. Rosengarten and Stanley being the tackles for the future. It is perfect. Rosengarten was a slam dunk pick in the second round last year. I was really excited when we got him because he didn't play very well in the championship game for Washington, and everyone was complaining about him and his draft stock tanked. But he is spectacular, and I'm really happy he's there. But, I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens with the O-line. I do think that it can improve with guard, and I think that that's something that they'll look at in the draft, but we'll see. John Harbaugh said that he feels like the tush push is a football play. Said the organization is undecided which way it will vote. I know I saw that the Packers voted for it to be banned. At the end of the day, I don't think it's going to get banned. It's just a play that one team does better, that one team is better at than everybody else. So I don't think that the NFL will end up banning it. You look at Harbaugh mentioning about Keaton Mitchell, saying that it was really cool to see that he even came back. Keaton Mitchell, obviously, we love him. His third string running back. Great special team guy, great returner. Has those miracle plays, very quick. Expects Trent Simpson to be starting early down at interior linebacker, but the team will add an interior linebacker. In the early draft process, I really wanted us to maybe see the Ravens maybe go get Shahad Campbell, but obviously I don't think that's going to happen because he's going to go a lot higher than where we're going to pick him. Says that Harbaugh said that he likes Marlon Humphrey playing inside, so we'll probably see him play more of the slot next season. Another thing that he said was that he would like the team to extend Derrick Henry, who, again, is in his last year of the deal. I think that that's going to happen. We saw Derrick Henry put his house in Dallas up for sale, and he's bought a new house in Baltimore. So I think that Derrick Henry's committed to staying in Baltimore. The team obviously wants him to stay. So I could see us extending him for maybe another 2 to 3 years, maybe. I think 2 years is a little more realistic. I mean, Derrick Henry still got it. I mean that's our guy. I mean, we saw what he did last year, blew out everyone's expectations that they had for him, and I mean he is an elite and key part of this team moving forward. And also they were saying stuff about Justin Tucker and about drafting a kicker. He said it's something we have to do no matter what. At this point in time, you always got to do your due diligence. We'll be prepared to do that on draft day if we feel like we need to and if the right guy's there. So, again, with all this stuff happening with Justin Tucker, which I don't want to go super deep into, if you guys want to know what's going on with Justin Tucker, I would suggest looking it up. And I'm not saying that to be rude in any way. I'm saying that just because it's a very sensitive subject, and it's a subject that I don't really want to talk about because it is it's not great with Justin Tucker. And I mean, Justin Tucker, longtime Raven, one of the greatest Raven careers ever. But all the stuff going on with Tucker right now, I mean, it's heartbreaking to see. It's very concerning to see as well, and you just hope that everything will end up being okay. But the Ravens, on drafting a kicker, maybe it's going to have to be the year. There's a very, very, very good chance that this is the last year not even this is the last year. It's a very good chance that we won't see Justin Tucker kicking for the Ravens, and also Justin Tucker might not even be kicking anywhere in the NFL. It's a very unfortunate situation going on with them. Again, I don't really want to talk about it on this show, but it is just a very unfortunate situation, and it's very concerning, and it's also just very disappointing for a guy that, you know, a lot of people looked up to as such a great guy and great human, and seeing kind of what's going on is just really disappointing. But one big thing, and this is the last thing that I'm going to talk about regarding the Ravens today, is that they were talking about Lamar Jackson's contract extension. He said that it said Harbaugh on the contract extension for Lamar Jackson. Sooner or later, it's going to have to happen. When Lamar gets paid, he's going to be the highest paid player in football. Again, I think now, I mean, we're talking Lamar Jackson extensions, which, I mean, obviously that's going to have to happen because, you know, Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson, but the highest paid player in football will be very interesting to see. I think that's pretty obvious, though. You saw what happened with Josh Allen's extension, and again, Lamar Jackson is just as deserving and even more deserving than Josh Allen for that extension. So we'll see what the extension is. I don't think it's going to happen this offseason. I think it'll happen next year, next offseason. I mean, it might happen this offseason. I mean, again, you look back, you want to talk about Lamar Jackson contract extensions. I mean, we go back to 2 years ago in March, at the end of March, where, I mean, literally like 2 years ago around this time, most Ravens fans didn't think that Lamar Jackson was going to be our quarterback. He tweeted out and said that he was requesting a trade. And then on draft night 2 years ago, the same night that we drafted Zay Flowers, we extended Lamar for those 5 years. So it was a very scary time. I was doing a lot of my due diligence of looking at a lot of quarterbacks in the draft because I thought that we were going to maybe have an Anthony Richardson or a Will Levis as our quarterback. So let's just thank God that didn't happen. But we are here. Lamar Jackson getting his extension sooner or later. That's very exciting. Highest prepared in football. So well deserved. We'll see what happens this year. Obviously, the expectations are always going to be high for this team, but we will see what happens with that. And thank you all for watching and listening to Birds of a Feather. Again, this is your daily Baltimore sports podcast. I didn't record yesterday because just some stuff going on. But again, this is Birds of a Feather, your daily Baltimore sports podcast. Yesterday there wasn't a game as well, so kind of was good timing. But from here on out, every single day, we are good to go. This was episode 6. My name is Nathan Stroud. And, talked about the Orioles loss, talked about the Ravens, talked about John Harbaugh's decisions. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed listening. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. And, again, thank you guys so much for all the support of the show. It's been really cool to see all the streams happening and all the listens. I appreciate everyone so much. I'm having a great time doing this, and I expect to be doing this for a while. So we'll see where it goes. And again, I'm just having a great time, and I appreciate all you guys so much. So thank y'all for that. Again, make sure to subscribe on the YouTube and follow on the Spotify if you guys enjoy this stuff. And yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow after the Orioles game. It'll probably be up sometime around dinner or just late afternoon sometime after the Orioles game. And we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about that and more if there's more Ravens news. So, yeah, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.